What's up, YouTube fam? Today, what we're going to be going over is how to take off the front bumper and related hardware on this 2022 Ford Explorer ST. The reason I'm taking it off, because I got this sweet intercooler over here I'm going to be installing. But this video is just going to be about removing the front bumper. If you want to see the video on the intercooler, then scroll to that video. So let's get started. Of course, first thing, we've already got the car jacked up and on jack stands, tires up off the ground to give us a little more clearance and room. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the wheels and tires off the front. I always take the wheels and tires off when I'm doing stuff like this on a car that has to do with removing the front bumper, stuff in the inner fenders. I'm not working around all that stuff. It's much easier to take all the stuff off if I just take those 5 bolts out of, or nuts off of each side and take the doggone wheels and tires off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Wheels are off. Went ahead and put a little bit of anti-seize on each one of these. Always a good idea. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put these on so they don't get lost or kicked around in my garage. Probably gonna put a dot of anti-seize around here too, since there's already rust on it. This thing has like 1,700 miles. But next thing that we have to do to get the bumper off, remove these clips right here, and then these bolts are 7mm. And we're gonna remove these, remove this clip right here. And I think that's as far back as we're gonna have to go. There's another pop clip right here, another one right here, and right there. I'll take this one off too, just for good measure. So let me get those removed and show you what it's like. So I have all those out and the fender liner just pulled back here, and wow, look at the access you have back here. You have access to everything. So let me just talk real quick about this. This will just kind of, this fender flare here will just kind of pull out. You'll have, of course, the one electrical connection for the blind spot monitor sensor here. And I want to talk about these clips a little bit. So I've seen a lot of people struggle with these clips. Let me get the light turned on. All right. So on the clip right here, like I said, you have this little indentation here, and you'll get your plastic tool or whatever you're using and get up underneath that, and you get it barely lifted up just enough to get your tool in there like that. Once you get your tool in there, in which if it was, in a car, it'd be a little easier. You would pry and get that up just like that. Once you get it up, you need to go underneath the entire plastic rivet and pull it out, okay? That's the easiest way to get these out. So it's like a 2-step process to get this out. Okay, so this is the point we're at. This right here just kind of pulls until you get to this clip right here. And I would not go snatching on these because you're gonna wind up breaking them. And knowing my luck, they're probably on a 15-year back order or something. So what I did was I reached in from underneath the fender. You can push the top while, and get it to pop out the top. And then I pushed the bottom with a plastic tool and basically just compress the top. Once you compress the top, it'll pop out and kind of angle back. And then you can press the bottom and that one will pop out. And I've worked my way all the way back to that one, which is right here. And that gives me plenty of play in here, the way I don't have to worry about scratching nothing, getting it out and messing anything up. And yes, I still have to disconnect these, but anyhow, that's where we're at right now. We got access to this bolt. It looks like we're gonna need to take out. There's several bolts across the top, so we need to still take out, but we're coming along. Next step, I'm gonna go ahead and get the 2 10mm up here that everybody complains about out. And because I've got the whole rim and tire and everything out, I'm gonna be able to, I think, stick my drill in there with a swivel on it. I might not even need the swivel, and get those 2 out pretty easy. So wow, there's a boatload of blue Loctite on them, but luckily I could use this because I took my rims and tires off. So I didn't need this swivel on the driver's side. I could just use the short socket, and I use this, which is kind of a wobble-like extension, a very short one. I'll tell you the truth, I was straight on it, so I probably could have just had this on my little impact. And if you got a smaller impact, like a Makita or something, you're gold. You probably won't even need this swivel on the passenger side. The only reason I did is because this body is so long, and the windshield washer reservoir's over there, and they come out in like 2 seconds. So, yay us. All right, so for the next step, we'll be up under the car. And what I think that I'll be able to do is just go ahead and remove these small bolts around here and get all of these off, and just kind of, you know, where we're at, right here, right there. It kind of shows you where they are, and there's 3 more on that end. And try to leave this underbelly pan under here and just remove the bumper cover itself. So I'm gonna get those out. So next, on both sides where your bolts were, you're gonna have this clip here, and what you'll do is push the top and then push the bottom, and you can get the clip unclipped and the bumper pushed out. Oh man, just clip back. Be careful. Push the top and the bottom. It sucks when you got something and then you F it up on video. Let me get my 2 hands in here again. Both sides popped out. That's this side. And this side. I took the 10mm bolts out of all this. I left this one in loose since I was still messing with it. And you can see the clips here. What you're gonna do is pick up and over these clips, and it's gonna pull the bumper out. I think there's some, it's kind of pushed into some clips here. I'm gonna see if I can work it loose before I pull the front. And the plan is to sit it down on top of the box that the intercooler's in, so I can disconnect the harnesses. All right, so that actually worked out really well. I just grabbed the bumper right here, and pulled out. There's like a clip right here. But on the other side, the bumper's kind of free, but it's still hooked over the top. So and over. And then I'm gonna sit it down on this box right here. It really didn't move very far. I'll go ahead and unplug my sensors here for the blind spot. Get a little tool, little plastic tool here. I should have unplugged these first, but honestly, I forgot about it. So stuff happens. So, that one's unplugged. Get that one unplugged. All right. Then we got the large harness. Oh, no, it's a medium-sized harness here on this side. Just your standard pull there. I'm gonna reposition this bumper since it's kind of leaning forward. There we go, that's a little better. And let's see. We got a harness here that I can pull. It's a little brown connector here. Go ahead and get it disconnected. Alright, so that's disconnected. And now this. That's disconnected. I think that is everything. And I'll go ahead and show you these harnesses. The brown one is for the front camera, it appears. Get the bumper off and in the floor here. Okay, so the harnesses that I had to disconnect, there's one right here. this harness plugs in right here. That's on the driver's side. And of course, you got on both sides your sensor for your park assist. Then on this side, you've got this brown clip. You just push right here. That's for your front camera. You'll push right there, unclip that. And then up here, if I can get it, is the other one. And that goes right here to this. There's so much Scotch tape up underneath this car. And there's your factory tie wraps. Gotta love tie wraps.